So I wasn't planning to record another video today, but it's currently Wednesday, and a couple of days ago I did my first GCSE, and I think it'll be quite interesting to talk about how it went, because I know some people care. Like, some people were like wishing me good luck for my GCSEs, and I really appreciate it. I really do. Obviously, I have a good family, I have good friends, so it's not like I'm just doing these exams for myself. A lot of people have been motivating me to do well in them anyway, which is really cool. But I recently saw this article talking about biology, and it made me think about like the biology exam that I've got in the future. I think it's next week, which I'm quite excited for. I mean, I really do like science, and I'm hopefully going to get an A or so in it. I also explained in the video in which I watched people open their GCSE results. I explained how I'm going to do a GCSE opening, I don't flipping know, with my mum to see what grades I got. So that's kind of inspired me to do well, because it'd be pretty funny if I get all U's. I'm not going to lie. Actually, it'd probably just be very depressing, because that means I have no future. But the video that I made talking about GCSEs did exceedingly well. I think it's on 150 views in a day. The views will be different now, simply because the real-time views are the most accurate, and it takes a bit of time for the actual views to update on the video. But eventually, it will get its proper amount of views. So I thought, you know what? If it's a popular topic, I might as well talk about it. You know, get some views, and also it'll inspire me to do well in the exams. So I did my first exam on Monday. Pretty much how it went is I've got my first exam this Monday, which I've already done, which was ethics, and then I got my next exams starting from next Monday. So currently it's Wednesday, and I'm genuinely going to give my school some credit here and the exam boards in the UK. Thank you. I'm so glad I get to do my first exam before everything else by like a week, because my nerves are now relaxed for once, because I was anxious to do my first ever exam, and the fact that my first exam was ethics, which is an exam which I'm not really bothered about if I fail, was really relaxing. I mean, I really want to do well in ethics, don't get me wrong, but I was just anxious about the atmosphere of the exam, and it's really good that I got it sorted out with. Now I know what the exam's like, and I know that there's nothing to worry about. I had like 6 hours of sleep before the exam, which isn't very good, but I was completely fine. It just really relaxed me and made me realize that if I have 6 hours a night of sleep, I won't die, and I should be able to do the exams efficiently. So I want to give, hopefully, you guys some tips. I've already made a video talking about tips to revise and tips to do well in your GCSEs. Now, the night before the exam, the best tip I can give you is don't worry about sleeping. And what I mean by don't worry about sleeping is not ignore it and stay up all night. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is a lot of people get worried that they won't fall asleep, and this always happens to me. Like what happened last time, the night before the exam, I was anxious that I wasn't going to get to sleep before like 11. And because I was anxious, I couldn't really get to bed. I couldn't really sleep properly. So it took till like, I think 1 or so until I finally fell asleep. And if I didn't worry about the exam, I probably would have fell asleep a bit earlier at like 12. And that did annoy me, because obviously that 1 hour of non-existent sleep, it somewhat affected me, and I'm not going to lie, it was pretty disappointing that I only got that much amount of sleep. But at the end of the day, you don't need loads of sleep to do well in the exams. Seriously, take it from me. There was this YouTuber who said that she had 3 hours of sleep and got an A-star distinction.
I couldn't sleep the night before. I think I ended up getting about an hour's sleep between 6 and 7 AM, and my exam was at 9 in the morning. I went into the exam, wrote down everything that I knew, and I actually ended up getting one of the highest marks I've ever gotten for an exam before.
This proves that even if you don't have that much sleep, you'll be completely fine. I'm absolutely exhausted currently making this video. I've slept like 6 hours a night to 7 hours a night, and you may be going, Cameron, that's lots of sleep. I know, okay, like 6 to 7 hours, it isn't like too bad, but when the amount of work that I've been doing is just ridiculous. I've literally been waking up at like 8:15, which is not that bad, I'm not gonna lie, and working all the way to like 10:30, making videos, doing revision, and also being at school. And that's a lot of work. And you may be going, Cameron, I work 23 hours a day, you can't say crap. It's a lot of work. Like, just making videos, for example, I have to be motivated, I have to really use a lot of my energy, and it's just hard. My first ever exam, obviously some people wish me good luck for it. I think you guys have a right to know how it went. It went exceedingly well. It was so good, the exam was. I genuinely think I got an A star in it. Now the problem is ethics and philosophy are not separate grades, even though they are very different, and philosophy is a lot harder. I still think I'll be able to do well in philosophy, but not as well as ethics. So I think in ethics I got an A star because the past papers that I was doing, I was getting an A star in, and these I was even more confident with. Every single question I answered correctly, because you have to write this, for example, for a 12-mark question, you would have to write, I think like, oh, we didn't even have 12-mark questions. What am I even talking about? For example, for a 6-mark question, you need 3 biblical teachings and 3 SCEs. And I was getting all 3 SCEs done, statement, evidence, and explain. And thus, I pretty much got the full marks because I had the evidence. And that was pretty much how it went. I completed every SCE with adequate evidence, adequate explanation, and an adequate statement, and I understood it properly, so it's not like, you know, I failed. I hope not anyway, okay? I don't know what I got. I probably got like a D in it, okay? Yeah, I did very well, okay, I promise. Obviously, a lot of people have the exam, and this is something that I've already noticed, and I've done one flipping exam, are like, oh my god, that was the hardest test ever. Which, I don't know why they say that. It's probably for attention, so people feel bad for them because they end up doing well, because this happens every single year. Like, for example, there was this question on the AQA biology. I do OCR, so I've not got my biology exam yet. The AQA one was yesterday, and there's this question, I'll show it on screen, and it literally explained why a figure of biology, like someone, Charles Darwin, the person who preaches about evolutionism, pretty much he was drawn as a monkey, and the question was explain why he's drawn as a monkey, and that's a really flippant question. Now you see, it's really easy to get marks on that. Like, I'd be able to get full marks on that question, but loads of people, because the question's so weird, people were complaining about it just so they felt better about themselves. I don't know how that makes sense, okay? I think this is a very normal thing. People complain about doing badly. I mean, I'm not going to know my results for 3 months. I mean, I'm just saying, okay? But with ethics, I said that I did well to some people. Someone was like, oh, I hate this person so much. I'm not even going to mention their name. Someone literally was like, oh my god, you're so ignorant. Literally, for thinking that I did well in an exam, I'm now ignorant. Like, how does that make sense? I was literally like, I must have got an A star in that. Like, come on. I got, like, every answer correct. And they're like, oh my god, that is so ignorant. If I was confident with the exam and put hours upon hours upon hours of revision into it, I think I have a right to say that I got, like, I think I got an A star. Like, that's my prediction. I didn't even say I have an A star. Like, okay, the definition of ignorance is not listening to the facts. Like, what facts are there? Oh, I did the exam. I did it very well. That's what the fact is. So I must have got an A star if I did it extremely well, like I'm just saying. But I'm sorry if this video is a bit off topic. I just wanted to talk a little bit about my exams. N is an integer. S equals half of n times n plus 1. Prove that 8s plus 1 is an odd square number. Like, come on. Like, that, not many people are going to know that. Like, this is how hard the maths exams are. Like, seriously, it baffles me. Like, with ethics, I literally walked out the exam going, that was so easy. This, you walk out the exam wanting to die because that's the last question you see. Like, what the flip? Like, I don't know that. Okay, you may be going, Cameron, that's because you're bad at lessons and crap. No, it isn't, okay? Like, I'm alright. I'm like an A grade in goddamn maths. But yeah, this is just a little update video. I wanted to talk just about how my GCSEs are doing. I had a lot to say, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Leave me a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Goodbye.